My name is Michael Nelson, and I'm Managing Partner of DFDR Consulting, LLC. If you're a company and you've been breached or you've had an attack, the first thing you really want to do is contact your legal counsel. You hear the term nowadays a lot, coaching, but basically the nice thing about contacting legal counsel is your attorney can be the quarterback for everything. So they can contact your cyber liability insurance if you have it to get those steps going. They can also bring in the outside vendors that they might have relationships with to do the digital investigation. And the nice thing about if they bring us in or another vendor, it's covered by privilege until things are figured out. In certain instances as well, we actually had a breach of a medical office where patient records were lost. But the nice thing was, as part of our investigation, we discovered some criminal activity, and through that, law enforcement was brought in. Well, by the bringing of law enforcement, they actually had a longer hold put on their clock for notifying people that they had been breached. And because proper steps were taken, they ended up not getting fined by the Office of Civil Rights for their breach because they actually were willing to take the proper steps. So really, it's contact your legal counsel, get a team involved. Don't try to just bring IT in, restore for backup and cover it up. Actually treat it as an incident and work through your plan. So typically we see more internal threats. External technology, as long as you have the right budget and the right IT staff and it's implemented well, it's pretty strong, it's good, nowadays it's properly configured. However, there are certainly ways to get in, but the lowest hanging fruit is always the users. If you profile a user, if you send enough emails, someone's going to click on a link, someone's going to email a password, or if you just call up and say, I'm Mike from IT, and the company's large enough where they don't know everyone by name, they're willing to give their information to Mike from IT. So really we see the internal threat as the biggest, nowadays at least. To prevent internal threats, our number one thing is to recommend training. So train your users, put them through a campaign. There's actually sites you can sign up for, such as like Fish Me, which will actually try to phish the users on a regular basis and show scores and different things. But take those results and then turn that into a training. Set up a meeting where you say, half of this room clicked on a link, or 5 out of 6 people, sent their password, where you're not singling anyone out, but you let enough details to know that the majority of the room, is doing something they shouldn't. So really the training is going to be what gets there. After that's in place, you certainly do want to focus on IT. You don't want to treat it as a cost. Really, if you're using IT to run your business, you need to, respect that IT, build that IT, and keep it up to date, and make sure that you maintain it the same way you would an employee.